Welcome back to Kawartha Lakes Matters. I'm Vanessa Murphy, along with Mayor Andy Letham from the city of Kawartha Lakes. And Andy, you have a big job. What is life like as you continue on as mayor of the city of Kawartha Lakes? How does council move forward in a pandemic?
It's a good question, actually. You know what? It's been I don't want to use the old term. It's been a different kind of a year. I think we've all struggled as our residents have. We're still busy. I mean, it's just a different kind of busy. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes. Council's working from home mostly, as am I, whenever possible, with the stay-at-home order now. But even before that, we're trying to respect a big part of our council and my job is meeting with residents, is going to different town hall meetings, having public meetings, hearing what the community has to say, how the community's feeling about different things. Cottage associations in the spring we missed out on last year. Hopefully back again this year. It's just, it's hard. We represent our community, and it's hard to represent your community sometimes when you can't actually get out and talk to your community. So I think we're all struggling in that part of it. That's probably the part I miss the most. We try to make the best decisions we can make from a council, from a mayor's perspective, voting on issues and bringing ideas forward. So we're still connected. We're still on email. We still got phone calls, and we're all doing Zoom calls and trying to reach out to different, areas in our community through Zoom and through the phone. So I'm not saying we're not connecting with people, but it's not the same as that face-to-face conversation in a coffee shop or grocery store or something else. Everybody's trying to do their stuff, trying to be careful and do what they need to do, and as is council and myself. So I think we're still busy. It's just a different kind of busy. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's a little more stressful on this end, because we're all worried about our community, and the residents in our community. But at the same time, there's not a whole lot we can do from a council, mayor perspective. So we're just trying to focus on, delivering our services and keeping our residents informed. Our website's done a really good job. We're having council meetings online, virtual council meetings right now. We tried to, bring council back for a while in the fall, before Christmas, before the lockdown, obviously. And I think that worked good. And I look forward to getting back to that again. It's a much better conversation for council when we can, I think, have a conversation in the room. But at the same time, people are Zooming in for deputations and not having to, come here from away from their work or come to council chambers, or a seasonal resident doesn't have to drive up from the GTA. I see people Zooming in from their office or from their home office and, still being able to connect. So I think it's different, but, in some ways there's probably some ways it's changed. It will never go back to the way it was because it's easier. It's more accessible in a lot of different ways. So, we're still having our meetings. We're still moving things forward. Committee of the whole, our pet planning, committee of adjustment, we're still moving the process of the city forward and working hard to deliver those services. But we all love to get back to the way it was before, which is a big part of our jobs, as council and mayor, is just meeting people, seeing people, hearing what people have to say, good and bad. I mean, we need that feedback. If we don't get that feedback, then we just, we make the best judgment call we can. So.
Are people still as passionate when they're doing their deputations, or when a councillor is trying to get their point across, like still in the Zoom kind of mode? Are people still, I don't know, when it kind of feels like you're on camera? Well, you are on camera, but is it the same as on camera as it is when people are in person?
I think in a way, I think sometimes our residents are a little more outspoken on Zoom, probably a little shyer when they're in person in council chambers. And I think the exact opposite for council. Our council isn't as engaged on Zoom as they are when they're sitting in council chambers and we're having that discussion around the table. And that's why I look forward to getting back to that. But I think from a resident, from a deputation perspective, sometimes, residents can voice, let's just say, their concern, and maybe they're a little more confident, more, confident in the way they deliver that message because they're on Zoom and they're not standing in front of, in front of 30 people in council chambers or something. So every person
Right.
reacts a little bit differently.